is what a lot of people don't know. So write on the best resources about Freemasonic history online. According to Robbie Martin, it discusses in 2016 were Grand Lodges in 9 states that didn't accept Prince Hall Freemasonry. In the context of racism, it says, Masonically, the war has not yet been declared victorious. The United States federal government was able to mandate integration by law backed by federal troops. We cannot do that in Freemasonry. So I'm like, is he insisting that the law doesn't apply to Freemasons? No amount of force can change the hearts of men, and whether civilly or Masonically, we must admit that there are men and women who still do not want to change. Now, this is all coming from them themselves. So why should be indifferent from Masonic until 1989, the first permanent recognition of Prince Hall Freemasonry? State of Connecticut waited until the turn of the century. In 2016, 9 states refused. Now that was back then, so yeah. But I gave you the update. The website's a little backed up, but they admit that they're racist. In civil society integration, civil rights were a battle. Martin Luther King is proof of that. Civilly, the war has been won. Although there are still some skirmishes. Masonically, many battles have been won, but the war has not been yet declared victorious. In civil society, we have federal government. In American Freemason, we do not have a national Grand Lodge. The United States federal government was able to mandate integration by law backed by federal troops. We cannot do that in Freemasonry. No amount of force can change the hearts of men, and whether civilly or Masonically, we must admit that there are men and women who still do not want to change. So listen, they're admitting that they are racist. So Alabama was the last one. Interesting, it's like an I, right? West Virginia is almost there. Arkansas. So this is what we got, right? I mean, so you have to understand that. You have to understand how many. I mean, it's basically the Confederacy. And when you realize, like I said, that Freemasons are in every single sect of everything. These are just their sectors. This is the southern jurisdiction and the northern jurisdiction. I break out the Freemason for dummies, man. In Georgia Grand Lodge, October 27th, annual communication. Understand they once again tabled a request to recognize their own Prince Hall counterpart without so much of any discussion of it. So that was that. Then yeah, they don't like homosexuals either. Ice Cube understands. Gang, gang, right? So listen, Ice Cube posted this. Okay? So Ice Cube posted this, and I expounded on it exponentially, like you've never seen before. You're gonna see. And look, gang, gang, we gotta break this bullshit up. Look, gang, gang, we gotta break this bullshit up. And see, he only posted one of them. So I helped him out, and I posted the rest of them. Okay, because this is they're in all of them. They're in every single damn state. Gang, gang, we gotta bust this bullshit up. So I said, yo, look, go comment on Cube's post. Information. Copy paste this link into your comment. Saved Ice Cube's archived post. Yeah, I'm trying to let people look. Here we go. Ready? Contact info and addresses, Arkansas. This is the only map that I don't have, is of Arkansas. Well, this map. But I do have the lodges and districts. All the addresses. This is what I mean, man. I'm just telling you. I've literally got all the addresses in every single racist. They're all admittedly racist. You have to understand this. Once you understand this, and then you can figure out who's in government Now, this is where the work is going to come in, and this is where people with platforms and power. No way. What was that? All lodges by address. PDF. What? This document has been deleted. Hey, would you look at that? Well, somebody, I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. Well, anyway, we still have all of them here. I still have the PDF downloaded anyway. We're going to have to re-upload that, though. So it looks like that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Here's Florida. And this is what I call perspective maps, just so you can understand how many there are everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And I have maps everywhere for them. Now, like I said, they give their own districts and everything away. Like I said, lodges by district in Florida. Look, you can just go there. They tell you themselves where they are, okay? They tell you themselves, okay? They tell you themselves. All lodges by district. They can't get rid of these. These are forever. So you'll always have these. Georgia, that's a perspective map. That just shows you how many lodges there are. Now you have to understand they're all racist. You have to understand that there's politicians, there's doctors, there's nurses, there's and nobody understands the heart of these people. They're literally that's why I called it an open secret. A lot of these people know that they're like everybody's worried about the KKK. When Freemasonry is way more organized than the KKK will ever be. And they always have been. I mean, it's rumored that the KKK came from Freemasonry, but that's a whole other whatever. I don't even want to get into that because I can't even I can prove this. I can prove this right in front of you. And we need to deal with it because they're everywhere, as you can see. But I got addresses for you. Some of them even got you pictures. They even show you where they are. So I mean, like I got everything for you. I got to fix the Arkansas one though, but besides that, they can't get rid of these. Louisiana perspective map, contact info. I basically just got you. I mean, this is all their own. Contact them. These are all their own people. Louisiana. Masonic District. So, I mean, like, they can't. All of it is archived and they can't even get rid of it. It's all there for you. So, if you want to start tackling the root of systemic racism, you need to find out who these people are. You need to find out, you need to find out which one of these people are in government, because if they're in government, then there's a good chance that they are making racist laws. So you have to understand that this is the place to start dealing with systemic racism. And for every single person to ignore this information here, it shows their character. It shows their integrity. My son, you're a fraud. If you had an ounce of integrity in you, you would deal with this. But you won't. You won't even acknowledge it. And I gave it to you on a silver platter. 8 states right in front of you. 8 states, all the lodges, all addresses, all to be found. As you can see, it's blatantly obvious where the problem seems to be nested away in a safe haven of racism, blanketed in its own ego of what seems to be righteous to the eye, but behind the benevolence, its acts are sinister to the core. I'm talking about Freemasons. But it gets deeper than that. Freemasons are controlled by Jesuits. Like, people need, like, you'll see. When I got a lot of content coming. This is where the root of systemic racism begins. If Freemasonry can have a safe haven since 1865 to take its racist war to the bureaucratic level, way beyond what the KKK has ever accomplished with its deviant goals in government, then it's time to wake up and open our eyes to the reality of this world and who is helping control things behind the scenes. Tamika Mallory, you need to acknowledge this, but you won't. You know why? Because you are one of these sorority girls. You are, I guarantee you are Order of the Eastern Star. You know, you don't just end up on Red Table Talk in front of Jada Pinkett Smith being a nobody. That's triple goddess worship. You know what you're doing. You guys know what you're doing. And then you're going to claim God? Listen, we need to talk. I'm a soldier of God's. And I bring all receipts. And I'm not saying they fully run the show. They go highly undetected in our society when they are causing a lot of the chaos. But I will be getting into that in my video, going over all this information in detail, unveiling things you've never seen before, which I will. I'm actually going to show you a little piece of that. But I just wanted to get this documented in public. Last thing I wanted to say is that if you have to force them to change their ways publicly, did they really change it all in their heart? Video coming, exclusive content. I'll be doing an open letter vlog addressing quite a few names. I am, and Tamika, you are one of them. My son, you are one of them. Killer Mike, you are one of them. I'll be doing very adamant about going against racism. We're going to see where they really stand, and I promise. And we've already seen where my son stands. That's why he blocked me. We already see where Opal Tometi and Alicia Garza stand. They both blocked me. How do you block somebody for giving them something that would help your cause? It's strange. It's not strange, and it makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? The apocalypse. Just so you know, the apocalypse, the original meaning is an uncovering, a disclosure or revelation of great knowledge. An apocalypse usually disclosing something very important that was hidden. This is part of the apocalypse. It's time to wake up. God destroys the ruling powers of evil and raises the righteous to life in the messianic kingdom. This is all coming. God is going to destroy Babylon. Let me show you this. Okay. I need you to look at something here. See that? I know you see that. A lot of people don't understand that the major slaveholders back in the day were Freemasons. Freemasons and Ashkenazi Jews. And I even believe Moors were slaveholders also. But let's talk about. There's one thing for sure is that chattel slavery in America was absolutely disgusting. And there's one thing called indentured servitude, which is uh, literally like a servant. That is not what happened in America. Chattel slavery is absolutely disgusting, and these people do deserve reparations for them. But what a lot of people don't understand is that this all matches the Bible, and people just ignore that. But that's another video also. But what I do want to talk about is this right here. Okay? This is Addison Drake and Sons. And do you see that? They were Freemasons. Freemasons, major slaveholders. Okay? So when we talk about Freemason, do we have KKKs that were major slaveholders? Okay, then. Listen, we need to really start understanding things, and we need to start really breaking things down. And that's what I'm here to do. This is why I'm so censored, because once I start speaking, you're going to understand why I am so censored. Tamika Mallory and my son, they're not censored, okay? They're not a threat to the system. I am. And I'm not bragging. I'm not being proud about it. Why don't you try being a target? Because that's what it is. It's really not pleasant, and it's a lonely road. So there's no pride. Don't mistake it. I'm definitely a survivor. Going against the system. And that's why I don't play. Okay? Cops. Corrupt cops.
What is your name and badge number, please?
Badge number 79.
79?
Yep.
Okay, name?
Detective Dan Macanasco.
Detective, excuse me?
I said it very clearly for you.
I didn't hear you.
The reason I'm here...
I don't care. Yo, you're out of jurisdiction.
Yeah, let me tell you. The things that I've done, you're about to learn about. And I don't see anybody doing nothing like it.